I'm glad you're still with us here on MorningAtNTV. Time for taking note on leveraging a professional accountancy to create impact. I have a set of issues and a graduate who will be speaking to us on exactly how this is rolling down. But our preamble today is to explore the role of professional accountancy in creating positive change and driving impact in the country. Accounting professionals are often seen as key players in ensuring transparency, accountability, as well as good governance, yet their influence extends far beyond the boardrooms. In Uganda, the importance of professional accountancy is crucial to fostering sustainable development, enhancing financial inclusion, as well as building stronger businesses as well as the economy. Today, we are delving into how accountants in the country can leverage their expertise to address critical challenges, contributing to socio-economic growth and helping shape a better future for the country. I'm joined on set by Joseph Osako. Joseph Osako is a member of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda. Many thanks for making it.
Pleasure.
I'm also joined by Hanifa Nalugo. Hanifa Nalugo is a student scholarship program graduate. You're most welcome.
Thank you.
And Lydia Tosime, the manager business development at the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda. You're most welcome, madam.
Thank you.
I'll begin with Lydia Tosime and ask about the institute itself, and before we get into the nitty-gritty of exactly why professional accountancy can create the kind of impact that it does within the economy.
Thank you so much. Now, good morning, our dear viewers. We're really honored to be part of this talk show.
You're most welcome.
Yes, so about the institute, it's the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda, which was established by an Act of Parliament that was in 1992. And since then, it has a mandate to offer quite a range of services to ensure that the profession is protected, that it's advanced, and that it's regulated as it should be. So one of the part of our mandate is accountancy education, research, and examination.
Okay.
So under this, we look out for the syllabus. We identify a syllabus for a particular diet, and then we examine the certified public accountants. Then we examine the certified tax advisor courses. So these are part of the services we offer under education. But besides that, we also have professional standards. So this looks at adopting different international standards on auditing, on financial reporting, and to see how are these going to be adopted and cascaded within the Ugandan economy. Yes, so besides that, we also do licensing firms, accounting firms, individuals that want to practice the accountancy. So we give them licenses, and it's actually a crime for you to practice accountancy
without a license
without a license from the institute. So and additionally, we also do quality assurance. So we do not stop at licensing alone. We take a step further to see how are they performing in the market, which reports are they giving, are they up to standard. So we look out for that for the practicing firms and the entities that do practice. And then besides that, after that, we also have continuous professional development programs where we support our members, the firms, and other practitioners with by enriching them with knowledge, continuous knowledge, because accountancy is dynamic. So we look out for new opportunities, new areas, which risks will come up. So there are a lot of things that we undertake. And I think additionally, we also have the investigations and disciplinary arm, where we don't stop at just licensing and all that. So if there's something that has not gone right, we come in to see and how do we mediate to see that we resolve an issue. It could be from the accountant, it could be from the farm, it could be, so we do, it's a 360 kind of regulation of the profession. Yes.
All right.
And just the last one is we advise government on economic policy, and so we contribute to shaping how the economy is in this country. Yes.
All right, that's a very interesting one, because I was going to ask and want a little bit more perspective on chief accounting officers. Every time there is a significant development within the budget framework, there is always a call on chief accountants to ensure that things go right. But wayward ones, I don't know how you go deeply into ensuring that they stay in line. We shall be delving into that a little bit later. But allow me go to Joseph Osako. You're a member of the Institute, and the role of professional accountants itself in driving the kind of positive change within the economy is something that cannot be overstated. Can you just take us through, for those that are not initiated, away from knowing that you're the guys that deal with the money?
Well, that's a good one. Good morning, viewers, once again, and thank you for this opportunity. I think I need to pick it up from where Lydia has talked about advising the government regarding how the economy, but our role is ideally we try to play a critical part on financial planning and budgeting. Now, when we're looking at financial planning, we're looking at how do we allocate resources to effectively achieve the objectives.
That's right.
Now, for example, if we misallocate resources by setting in wrong assumptions towards the budget process, you realize that's where we find out that we need to allocate resources on this side. There, you'll find again, they would say we need to go and check on maybe the other side of the budget needs to be adjusted. That's why it's all the time we go to the parliament to try to request for supplementary, because perhaps we had changed the way we set the budget. But those are the assumptions we need to set at inception of the budgeting and financial planning, so that we can invest in terms of also a business. And also we need to ensure that internal controls and following the compliance. You are realizing that governance issue is really becoming a challenge in the sector right now. But when accountants take up on that role of ensuring that we set up effective controls, which will ensure that there is corporate governance and companies are run in the right direction, then we wouldn't want to see such kind of stories where we say, this company, how was it managed? But these controls are really set up at the top of the organization, or maybe at the center of maybe a parastatal, you look at in terms of government. But also we need to look at accountants play a critical role in terms of tax advisory. They bring in that element of advising the owners of the business and say that, look, this is how we debunk the tax laws and regulations, so that we can be in position to comply.
That is right.
So if the government is trying to look at resources, how is accountant helping the owners of the business to understand the laws which are put in place, so that they be on both sides? Government is collecting and the business is also
earning some
profits on the same side.
Yeah.
So with that, you realize we play a very critical role in line with developing the economy, while we're advising both the stakeholders and also reporting accurate numbers.
Okay.
Because when we are communicating information to the public or other stakeholders, it is through the reporting we do. So back to what Lydia said, whatever we are trying to report, is it in line with accounting standards? That is more critical. We are not going to be in the position of saying we are reporting because of our feelings. We have what we follow in order to report any transaction. So it is not all about saying this is how we want to run the business. As long as you're a member in ISPAO, you must ought to apply the financial reporting standards.
Great. Okay, that one no doubt speaks to a great deal of education that goes into making an average accountant. Or some of us that are not initiated, when we hear people going for accounting courses that never end, we're asking ourselves, how is this manageable? But we're glad to have with us a graduate, and you should be able to take us through the significance of professional accountancy education and your own experience as an accountant.
Okay, good morning, viewers. As a graduate of CPA, I've had different needs, of
CPA not being a long course, taking long hours, I've been privileged to be a third cohort scholarship beneficiary from CPA. So the financial relief has been extended to me. My role was to go to class.
Okay.
Put focus on the studies and put in preparations that I can do the exams. It is a doable course with focus and hard work and having study plans. So you stick to your study plans, you put in the effort, you relate with tutors. I've personally been studying with Matt Abacus Business School. So having the right tutors, having study materials and working, and actually CPA puts up seminars for students to guide us on how to handle examinations, exam preparation. So we have a lot of tutors and mentors to relate with, to know what exactly we are doing, and why are we studying. So it helps us grow as students. Okay.
The complexities of attaining this professional knowledge in terms of certification, notwithstanding, are there programs that you are allowed to, for example, in the process as you're going on studying, to be part and parcel of the accounting profession in, I don't know whether it's a mentorship program that allows for one to actually work in controlled circumstances, because if you let out an accountant that hasn't been certified yet to do critical bookkeeping, then things might go haywire if you're not very careful. How are you onboarded on that?
Onboarded with?
In terms of, say, internships and working before the certification is secured.
Okay, so CPA has a program where you practice. So they monitor you as you practice on your job. It's supposed to go for 3 years. They monitor you for 3 years. Okay. You put in your progress as a student, where you're working in, and then they actually send in mentors or guidance to you at your workplace to monitor what's your progress. Are you putting in place what you are studying? So that's how they do it.
Okay. What's the cost of that?
It's a CPA cost. There's no cost for it.
These guys are providing it.
Yes, they are providing it.
Interesting there. Let me return to Lydia, the Manager of Business Development at the Institute. I need to understand the public service sector and the private sector. We must be able to draw success stories and examples of collaboration where there is monitoring and evaluation. You said you advise government. Advising alone is not sufficient. Do you offer government, especially public service, these accountants, so that we do not hear President Museveni complaining too much, Ramadan Gobi complaining too much? Do you offer some of these graduates and say, this year, public service, we have options. Are you taking them on? Then maybe we would have better success stories, especially when it comes to management of government resources. Is that happening?
Definitely it is happening, but I'll just throw more light on how it is happening. We really have a close working relationship with the government, and we have, annually we hold an annual public finance management seminar where we bring on board all the players within the public sector to discuss on topical issues that are affecting their service delivery and how best they can actually improve. So besides that, the issue of taking on our accountants, of course, it has been embedded in the Act. And for you to be recognized as an accountant, you need to be a CPA. You need to be a member of the institute. So that has been prescribed. We have the government recognized that and included it. So it's for the government to seek out and recruit certified public accountants, certified tax advisors. So we have a pool of these students, we have a pool of these members that the government can actually recruit from, and we are happy that most of the entities are complying with this regulation and that they are recruiting more from the institute. But we ask more of even the private sector to trust us and recruit accountants, the professional accountants, professional CPAs, because of what we offer. We have a 360 degree where we see that they continuously improve through the CPDs, but also we have a disciplinary arm that gives risk mitigation for issues that may go astray. You've pointed this out, that resources sometimes may go hayway, but at the end of the day, if you have a framework, if you have an institution that will take on that extra baggage to do the extra investigations, to see how to look into these issues, then it gives you a safety as an investor, as a business owner out there. So we encourage more of them to come and utilize services of CPAs. And additionally, we also support the private sector through the financial reporting awards. These are held annually as well. So these we encourage as many private entities to partake in these awards, because what this gives them is, if you're unable, you may not take the award, but we have a team that sits down and scrutinizes your report, and then they give you feedback on how best you can improve. So what we uphold as the Institute is we want to champion financial reporting. So that is a service that we offer the private sector as well.
Okay, very quickly, Joseph, please submit on something that I think is well itching, but I want something about financial inclusion, enhancing that across the country. Today we see so many people that are left out of the system, and some of these things have been left to telcos to try and close these gaps. Accountants should be at the forefront of ensuring and enhancing financial inclusion. Are you?
Thank you so much. I think we need to look at the ecosystem of financial inclusion. We need to, as I said, it's a very good thing, but for us in accounting, we are looking at both sides of the stakeholders. If the service is not impacting the society, because we are looking at the impact on the society. Now, our advice would be like, what are the controls have we put in place to ensure that, one, we are in line with what was our set objective? That's number one. Number two, we need to ensure that if I can look at my local person in the village down deep there, we are setting up all these processes. Are these services really impacting the local person? So you realize we need to look at ecosystem of financial inclusion, but when we find out that there is some information which is missing within the financial inclusion process, then we advise and said, for us to better on this process, we need to ensure A, B, C is done. For example, if we are looking at, you can see what is happening now on the theft of the mobile money people. How then can we ensure that if much as the person in the village wants to access his funds, how is he protected? Are there measures government has also come in to take on that? So we give that in terms of when the other side is benefiting, how about the other side of the coin? So we are looking at on the both sides. So we realize when we are pushing on the other agenda, it might not penetrate because one side is not what? Benefiting. There are some risks, which means for us we play on the side of looking at which risks are prone to this kind of what? A strategy we want to achieve.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's down to the challenges of the ecosystem.
Exactly.
Okay. Are there any other challenges that need to be addressed? The ones that you would call upon, especially other stakeholders within the economy, that can improve how you do your work?
I think that runs down also to the owners of the business. Now, if you're looking at the internal controls you have put in the business, they are more prone to maybe risks. When we look at in terms of, let us look at MTN. Is trying to generate income through mobile money, but at the same time, the network reach of MTN on that specific area is having a challenge.
Okay.
Now, deep down the village, we can look at the usage of MTN. How has it reached that stage to ensure that if we are using mobile money to transact businesses, what is the the network coverage of MTN. It can be within Kampala here, but if we are trying to foster in up to the local person, that if we are sending PDM money, for example, can he access the money? Then how are the people within there, do they have the mobile access to mobile agents? Yes, they are there,
Sure.
but the network within there is the one we need to work it out.
Okay, that is something that no doubt becomes impactful when it's achieved as the objectives are stated. Saying the 15th ICPAU graduation ceremony, are you going to be, this is where you're graduating, right?
Yes.
And the other cohort? Okay, and this is something that, can Lydia talk about the graduation and what's going to be happening? Of course, I know the conferment of such, but there must be a lot more for those that are going to attend to look forward to.
Yes, so today we are having our 15th graduation ceremony, and it's for students that completed CPA, Certified Public Accountant. And then we have CTA, Certified Tax Advisor, and then we also have ATD, Accountant Technician Diploma.
Okay.
Yes, so we have that as well. So all those students are going to be in one room, but also we, for the first time, we also have the ones that completed foreign accountancy qualifications. We put up a project to onboard these, and we have quite a number that are also going to be graduating today. And these SAT masterclass, the ones for the FAQ, we had a master class for them to onboard them. So these are students that get qualifications out of the East African community.
Okay.
Yes, so we wanted to make it easy for them to enroll into the institute. So we supported them on that direction. The chief guest will be Grace Mulisa, Miss Grace Mulisa, the Managing Director, EcoBank. And we're also going to have a guest speaker who is with us today, CPA Joseph Osako.
Okay.
Yes, he'll be the guest speaker.
Will you guys be streaming live online?
Sure, we are. And
Okay.
I encourage the public to follow our social media handles and our YouTube channel. We're going to be live for all the proceedings.
Where is this going to happen?
At Imperial Royal.
Imperial Royal Hotel. That's just adjacent here.
Yeah, starting at 8 a.m.
All right. So we can say congratulations, Hanifa Nalgo. And your cohort, how many are you?
In our cohort,
The entire... Okay, I shouldn't be asking.
400 and...
400 and your cohort?
we are 10.
10.
Yes.
You guys are smart. When people are fewer, then you understand that things are harder to achieve. The fact that you've been able to get that certification and due to graduate today is no doubt commendation to the efforts that you have put in as far as accountancy and professional education is concerned. Gentlemen and ladies, it's been a pleasure hearing from you. Anything that we can wrap up, we shall leave that to the business manager.
Thank you so much. So, as Hanifa stated, she's a beneficiary of the scholarship program, and we actually unveiled another. We launched the 7th edition, and I encourage people out there, those that finish their bachelor's degree, those that intend to take on accountancy as a profession, you're encouraged to apply. You can find the details on our website. And so this program was put in place to make it inclusive for anyone who may not have the ability to support their education, but they feel like they desire to be part of this. So we give you an opportunity to be part of this noble profession.
All right. Thank you very much, Lydia Tusime, Manager Business Development at the ICPAU, that is Institute of... Certified Public Accountants of Uganda. I'm already thinking about becoming a CPA 1 to 2 years from now. I hope I can have the required brains to do that. Broadcasting allows us to be flexible, laissez-faire, and do freestyling. That is not in accounting. All right, that will do it for this Tech Note. No doubt, Morning at NTV does continue. Do stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thank you.